It's a little frustrating. Let's go ahead and see what's up with Jaya.
Hey you! Thanks for helping me with this grief thing. I'm not sure I have it though.
Well, maybe you should let me be the judge of that. Okay, nothing there. Tell me about yourself.
I don't know anything about that, I'm afraid.
Really, you don't know anything about yourself? Did I misspell it? Let's look at our history. No, that's how you spell that. Huh. Let's just ask about grief.
Oh, I don't really know where to start. I feel a bit numb.
That's called shock.
Maybe we should just talk about him.
Sure. Tell me about Dr. Dekker.
I don't know.
Really? I bet I misspelled Dekker, didn't I? I put an A in it. Constantly having to fight that. I did.
It hadn't even been a year. He was a quiet, solitary man. A good listener, as I suppose you'd need to be. His confidence did grow as time wore on, but that's what you'd expect after you've fitted in. I mainly miss our chats. He used to work late with me and tell me things about the patients, things that I probably shouldn't have heard, but did.
Yeah, that's not...
What do you think of the patients? Nah, perhaps you shouldn't say. You can ask me. Go on, I'll tell you what I think.
I like you, Jaya. What did you chat about?
I'm not trying to hide anything. I just don't know.
Okay. So we can ask about the patients, maybe? Tell me about Bryce.
I think Bryce has a lot of misdirected anger. I don't think I like him that much. You know, sometimes when things overrun, he's outside waiting for you, and he stares at me as if he's undressing me with his eyes. You know, he's not the first person that's done that, but still, you know, it feels worse coming from him.
Understandable. Probably shouldn't tell her that he may have actually undressed her in real life during his frozen hour. That would probably bother her quite a bit. Who was the other one? Oh yeah, Lacey, Jasmine. Forgot about them. We really haven't talked to them. Lacey.
I can't help you with that, sorry.
Really? What about Jasmine?
I don't know about that, Doctor.
Are these not real? Are these patients not real? Maybe I have to say... Tell me about Lacey.
I've got no idea what you're talking about. Sorry.
Really? That kind of makes me feel like those patients are in my mind. Which is scary. Sure, Claire. Tell me about Claire.
Claire seems to be shaken by something. You know, I offer her drinks every time she comes in, but she always refuses them. It's as if she just wants to come in, get her session over with, and then run off to do something else. It's a bit rude, isn't it?
No, not really. I mean, she's got a lot of problems, but I wouldn't say that particular behavior is rude. Well, at least we know now we can just type their name and get a response. How about, Elin? Oops, let's not hit caps lock, shall we?
Elin seems like a lovely person. I'm not really sure why she's here.
Well, she's here because she kills her patients, and either thinks she can shapeshift or actually can. What about...
Mariana is a special girl. You know, there's something about her that just makes you want to follow her. Maybe that's what a trendsetter looks like.
Is that what she is, a trendsetter? And we have Nathan.
Oh, I just want to cuddle Nathan all up. He's such a mess. He's always in the same clothes. He barely talks to me though. It's the same hello every time. He reminds me of Tom.
Who is Tom? That's the first of the patients that's had asterisks beside of it.
Tom was a quiet mess, like Nathan. Youngish, in his early 20s. He taught piano, but he did have a strange hobby.
A strange hobby?
Tom liked to base jump. That's basically falling from a huge building or mountain and pulling your parachute before you hit the ground.
Right.
He started to think he could fly. Dr. Dekker tried to talk him out of it, but Tom had to prove his point. So one day, Tom decided to base jump without a parachute. Can you guess what happened?
Yes, I can. I'm not so certain that Dr. Dekker actually did try to talk him out of it. I suspect that Mariana's quip about not telling someone to jump might have been based on Tom. I imagine that he died. That Tom died.
He did die. He was hit by a rock from further up the mountain. He never got to fly. Nathan thinks he knows what his problem is too, but if he's not careful, he'll get hit by that rock. I wish I'd said goodbye.
So he didn't fall and died? He got hit by a rock? That's weird.
I think you might be barking up the wrong tree there.
Nathan's problem?
I've got no idea what you're talking about.
Okay,
Sorry.
there's definitely something in there.
He did die. He was hit by a rock from further up the mountain. He never got to fly. Nathan thinks he knows what his problem is too, but if he's not careful, he'll get hit by that rock. I wish I'd said goodbye.
I bet it's said goodbye.
I wish I'd said goodbye to Dr. Dekker. It was so sudden. Here, then gone. He resigned anyway, but that's not the same, is it?
He resigned? That's the first we've heard of that. Thought he just died. It had to have been just that day because he had sessions with patients that day.
Dr. Dekker resigned shortly before his murder.
How shortly?
It's sad. But doctors come and go and only poor Jaya remains.
Oh.
I've got his resignation letter somewhere. I do all the hiring and firing around here. Well, Professor Alderby and the Trust technically do that.
Oh, we need to ask about him too, don't we? Okay, so her name is Jaya, not Jaya. Sorry, I apologize. We got a piece of evidence. So he resigned 3 days before. I guess he gave 2 weeks' notice? Very short resignation letter. To whom it may concern, please accept this letter as notice of my intention to resign from my position. D. Okay, let's ask about Alderby.
Professor Alderby is a trustee. Did I not mention that?
No. There was someone else we were supposed... Ben, that's it. She said that he was threatening to sue? I mean, that's no concern of mine. I'm just an employee.
So, should I get a solicitor, or shall we try and talk it out with him?
You should get a solicitor. Maybe it'll take it now. Get a solicitor.
I think we should get a solicitor.
Yes.
I know the perfect firm. I'll do it all. Don't worry about it. And that's why we've got insurance for these kinds of things anyway. But the cheek of it.
I don't think he could prove that we're at fault for him finding a dead body. Well, I mean, I'm not at fault, obviously. I just work here. Do you own this place? You seem to have a whole lot of responsibility hiring and firing and whatnot.
Professor Alderby is a trustee.
Okay. Trustee?
I think I'm going to get into trouble now.
Ooh, let's get into trouble.
Have you ever heard of secret shoppers?
Yes.
Well, Professor Alderby posed as a patient to test Dr. Dekker. It's just a thing that he does. I'm sure he'll come and visit you at some stage, so please play along.
Is that what that footage is? There was definitely a glass breaking like it was floating. Secret shopper?
I don't know anything about that, I'm afraid.
Okay, well, there's something in there. It's not a double asterisk, though. You said you were home alone on Valentine's Day, right? Do we still need to ask you?
On Valentine's Day, Dr. Dekker had a session with Claire Castleford at 11 and that nurse, Elin, at 3.
Okay, that
Everyone
coincides.
else cancelled. You should see this place Christmas Eve. I was at home though, so I don't actually know who came in. Dr. Dekker did phone and ask me for Nathan's number, which is a bit strange.
Really? Asked for Nathan's number on Valentine's Day, the day he died. There's still more. Still more under Dr. Dekker.
It hadn't even been a year. He was a quiet, solitary man.
Quiet.
I don't know.
Solitary man.
Sorry, Doctor.
Right?
It hadn't even been a year. He was a quiet, solitary man. A good listener, as I suppose you'd need to be. His confidence did grow as time wore on, but that's what you'd expect after you've fitted in.
Let's see. Did Dr. Dekker change? All the rest said he changed. His confidence grew?
It's very interesting that you asked me that. It's not something I can answer, though. It hadn't even been a year. He was a quiet, solitary man. A good listener, as I suppose you'd...
A good listener, you say?
I don't know about that, Doctor.
I'm not sure what else we're supposed to ask in there. Maybe not even a year?
I'm not trying to hide anything. I just don't know.
Okay. I'm a little stumped here. Let's burn a hint. Oh, what? Don't see why I would ask that, but sure. Why did you work late?
We'd worked late together on all sorts of things. He was preoccupied with finding patterns in patients, trying to find some kind of order.
Is that because of what Alderby said, I wonder? Trying to bring order to combat the chaos? What kind of patterns?
Mainly he was searching for a common experience the patients might have had. That's what led them to his office. He'd study everything, even the referral letters.
A common experience, like maybe contact with an eldritch horror? The referral letters?
Yes, letters, parking tickets, holiday destinations. You know, I find those referral letters... He was sure there was a pattern in them.
Maybe there was. Well, you are done. One left for today. Well, Nathan, you're the last one left. I'm actually pretty interested to see what you have to say after we had our loop sessions, whether that was all in our mind, like we passed out in the office and dreamt it, or if it actually happened. Hello, sir.
Hello again, Doctor. I had a bit of a shaky loop incident, but let's not talk about it. Yesterday, I set fire to Hannah's clothes in the garden. I just wanted the day to move forward. I instantly regretted it. And lo and behold, here we are, a new day. Hannah's clothes are piled of ashes.
Okay. There was a lot in that, but never mind that. Why don't you give me that pill?
Sorry, I don't know. Is it me or did it just really get cold in here?
Give me the tablet.
Can't help you. Sorry.
So he's not going to talk about that. Funnily enough, I also had a shaky loop incident. Okay. Set fire?
That's not really something I know about.
Hannah's clothes?
I've kept almost all of her stuff as she left it. It's just the clothes. I've decided to burn those yesterday, so here I am. Hannah loved clothes. Every season, she'd donate her entire wardrobe to some charity or another,
Jesus.
and only buy stuff she loved. I was left with winter. I don't even know what her favourite season was. Does it matter? What's your favourite season, Doctor?
She must have been very well off to be able to pull that off. I like summer, I guess?
If you like summer, you're supposed to be flexible and carefree. You do care, don't you, Doctor?
Yes, I care.
Should I know something about that?
Okay.
Sorry.
Guess I should have realized since it didn't have any asterisks there. Let's get right to this. Where were you on Valentine's Day?
I was at Henley Church on Valentine's Day, visiting Hannah's grave. It was the anniversary of her death. Her parents wanted a huge funeral with all the trimmings. Hannah would never have come for it. It does give me somewhere to visit. I got to write the epitaph.
So Hannah also died on Valentine's Day? That is a strange coincidence. Did Dr. Dekker call you on... Let's just go call you, not overflow with keywords.
I'm not sure what you're getting at. Can you spell it out for me?
Might as well try again.
There's more than one question there, Doctor. Do you want to try again?
Well, I mean, I tried... Let me look and see if I misspelled something. Nope. Did Dr. Dekker call you? Huh. Tell me about the epitaph.
We walk alone without our angel.
Okay. Well, honestly, funerals are for the living, not the dead. They help us get over the experience. Let's listen to this one more time. Though I'm pretty sure I know the keyword there, let's go ahead and exhaust it.
I'm not religious, but when I wrote Hannah's epitaph, I knew her parents would want some acknowledgement of the great bearded one. But she was an angel to me. She was an angel to everyone.
I'm very sorry, Nathan. There's more there, though. Really? In that one little sentence?
We walk alone without our angel.
Walk alone, maybe?
I've been alone since Hannah. I can't imagine anyone ever replacing her. Not that I've looked. Do you think I should look for someone else?
Yes, I think you should look for someone else.
Okay, fine. I'll try. I'm not really sure what I'm looking for, though. Just sign up to Tinder and start swiping.
Somehow.
Maybe it's just company I'm missing. Although I don't really want any.
Well, sometimes you have to push through these things with mental issues. The days when I don't feel like getting out of bed, I force myself to get up, and if nothing else, to take a shower, to do something and push through that. You've got to. If you just give in to it, then you never get over it.
I was at Henley Church on Valentine's Day,
Henley Church.
visiting Hannah's grave.
That is where Bryce works.
I left Henley Church about 11 o'clock on Valentine's Day. I was talking to an archaeologist who said it uncovered some fossils resembling a strange cephalopod-like creature. Strange place to find an octopus, really. What? Do you think I've got something to do with Dr. Dekker's murder? Maybe you should ask your assistant who Dekker saw that day.
She said she didn't see Dr. Dekker.
Pass.
Okay. I doubt the cephalopod is an octopus, Sorry, I know, a bit out of the blue, but we are talking about eldritch horrors here. Did you talk to Dr. Dekker on Valentine's Day?
Dr. Dekker felt that Hannah was holding me back. The memories of Hannah. In his opinion, I was holding on to the past. So I guess he cursed me, if that's even a thing.
He cursed you?
Yes, Dr. Dekker cursed me. I don't really want to talk about it, but let's just say I blame him for the way I am. Can you give me some advice, Doctor?
Yes. Don't hold grudges.
I've got nothing.
Fair enough. Didn't really expect anything more. Well, that's got that. Artifacts.
I don't know what you're talking about.
A cephalopod?
It's a sea creature, like an octopus. I
Right?
suppose they find dinosaur bones everywhere.
Did you see
Just
it?
because we're on land now doesn't mean millions of years ago this place wasn't at the bottom of the ocean.
Very true. Registrar. Well, you ranked up, it seems. There's still more about Henley Church.
I left Henley Church about 11 o'clock on Valentine's Day. I was talking to an archaeologist who said it uncovered some fossils resembling a strange cephalopod-like creature. Strange place to find an octopus, really. What? Do you think I've got something to do with Dr. Dekker's murder? Maybe you should ask your assistant who Dekker saw that day.
I'm not sure, but we should reassure him. No, I don't think you're involved in the murder.
Sorry, no.
Maybe, no, I don't?
I don't know.
Okay. Let's just try my assistant.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Nope. Not working. Archaeologist?
She was interested. Maybe I misread. Maybe she was just being kind.
What?
I suppose most women wouldn't enjoy me talking about my dead ex for hours.
Oh, the archaeologist is a she. I gotcha. I understand. Let's try. What did you talk about with the archaeologist? No. I'm going to burn another hint. I'm a little lost. I tried to answer that. Maybe I needed to say Dr. Dekker in it? No, I don't think you murdered Dr. Dekker. No, I don't think you had anything to do with the murder.
That's not really something I know about.
No, I don't think you were involved in the murder.
Can't help you. Sorry.
How? I don't know how I'm supposed to phrase this. No, I don't think you had anything to do with the murder.
I've got nothing.
How about we just speak caveman? No murder.
Pass.
Let's try I don't think you killed him.
Should I know something about that? Sorry.
I don't know. The hint told me to tell you whether I suspect you or not. How about were you involved in the murder?
Pass.
Let's try something completely different. Did you know that Dr. Dekker asked for your phone number?
It was a missed call. It was Valentine's Day, so I wasn't in the mood for conversation.
Alrighty, sometimes this thing has trouble with stuff, because I definitely asked if he received a call from Dr. Dekker.
Yes, Dr. Dekker cursed me. I don't really want to talk about it, but let's just say I blame him for the way I am. Can you give me some advice, Doctor?
How did he curse you? You blame him?
Sorry, no.
The way you are.
Can't help you. Sorry.
How did Dr. Dekker curse you? What kind of curse?
Yes, Dr. Dekker cursed me. I don't really want to talk about it, but let's just say I blame him for the way I am. Can you give me some advice, Doctor?
Yes, I can give you some advice.
I've been trying to think how I can get past today. I've come up with a couple of choices. I could set fire to Hannah's photographs. I've got them in Dropbox anyway. But setting fire to the clothes did the trick. Or setting fire to a rocking chair. She sounds like an old lady, but she loved that rocking chair, which I've not sat in since. Which one do you think's best?
Maybe you could burn the photos one at a time so that you have many more days that you can get by, if that works. Sure. Let's say I don't think you should burn anything.
That's not really something I know about.
Of course it's not. Burn the chair. It's just taking up space anyway, right? You don't sit in it. You could put something nice in that corner.
Set fire to the rocking chair. I never like the way it moves forwards and backwards. Forwards and backwards.
Kind of like you. Hallelujah, we're done with this part. Oh, that was exhausting. Little frustrating at points there. Let's move on.
David Hunt.
I can change my skin.
Then skins.
Dr. Dekker dated his patients.
I had a hot date.
We went out for drinks.
I took photos of Jessica.
Dr. Dekker did
On
phone
Valentine's Day.
and ask me for Nathan's number.
There was a girl there.
Am I wrong to keep the locket?
I'm allowed to talk to her, aren't I?
He was preoccupied with finding
Photographs.
patterns.
Rocking chair.
I haven't been back to the beach since,
I had a bit of a shaky loop incident.
where I find something
I set fire
beautiful in the sea.
to Hannah's clothes in the garden.
I dug the grave.
I wish I'd said goodbye.
Dr. Dekker cursed me.
It didn't weigh enough to have a body in it.
Ooh.
Oh, Doctor, you surprised me. It reminds me of Officer Yates. Did I ever mention I had a special friend in the police force? Nah, it's not something you drop politely into a conversation. He's been doing some digging and he's found a couple things. There's a crime scene report that goes into all the gory details and another report that's about a patient you're seeing today, Claire. I'll put them both on the desk for you. And thanks for the grief counselling, by the way. It's really been helping, you know, I'm so glad you're here.
Oh. I love you too, Jaya. I really like that top too, by the way. Alrighty. Professor Warwick. What the hell is a Professor Warwick? Is that, Alderby? That is no, that's not Alderby. That's someone else. Huh. Let's check out our clues. Alrighty. Can't scroll that, it seems. Christian Weber, police officer. Alright. He certifies it's true. at 20:40 hours, that's 8:40 p.m. On Tuesday, 8th of November, myself and PC Holt responded to a call received from a neighbor of the Bower House, Weston Park Avenue, concerning a reported disturbance. We arrived at the address and knocked on the front door, but there was no reply. We then examined the rear of the property and gained entry through insecure patio doors. We entered the property through this door, and I announced myself by shouting police, but did not hear any response. We searched the premises. Upon entering the dining room, I saw a female seated next to a man who was lying on the ground. The man did not appear to be conscious. Both persons were drenched in blood, and there was a substantial amount of blood on the carpet, walls, and furniture. I noted what appeared to be a steak knife on the floor, which was also covered in blood. At this point, I asked the woman to put her hands on her head, which she did. PC Holt secured the female while I checked the man for signs of life, but found none. I asked the woman her name, and she identified herself to me as Claire Castleford. I asked if she knew the dead man, and she said he was her husband, David Castleford. I asked what had happened, and she said that she had killed him. Following a search by PC Holt, which revealed no other persons present at the house, I said to Castleford at 20:52 hours, "You are under arrest on suspicion of murder." I then cautioned her and placed her in the back of the police car for transportation to Weston Park Police Station, where I relayed the circumstances of the arrest to Hill, who authorized her, and it continues. So her husband is abso-freaking-lutely dead. She killed him. Alright, summary. Dr. Dekker. So this is Dr. Dekker's murder. The victim was located in his office, seated on a chair behind the desk, soaked in blood with an obvious chest wound. Paper spike is a possible murder weapon, 150 millimeters long, protruding from the approximate region of the victim's heart, so probably the murder weapon. Time of death, from liver temperature, between 8:30 and 10:30 p.m. Then the body was discovered at 11:20. No, 10:20. Reportedly, it was discovered at 10:20. Alright, so if Ben didn't kill him, it had to have been before 10:20. And cause of death was exsanguination. He bled to death. Okay. Well, the modus operandi fits Claire. That's for sure, the stabbing. But whether that is the case or not is yet to be seen.